And this photo is by Mohammed Salman from Assam. As you can see, this photo has a white elephant and it's in the middle of a paddy field next to a little stream. And what I want to do is, I want to call Diptiman Mukherjee, Rafa, and Mark out to come and sit here. There are five. So there are five jury members, out of which three are here. The other two are Jenny Maria and Jamie Kulras. Jamie and Sun, can you just keep the photos here? It will be easy for me to sort of. Jamie is not here, and Jenny is traveling currently. But we have three stalwarts, photography stalwarts here. Diptiman Mukherjee is a name that every photographer has been expressed. Yeah. You agree? Julie, you agree? Okay. And then we have Rafa. So Rafael Armada, highly accomplished photographer, who is from the Netherlands, a great photographer, a great friend, and also runs a photo agency called Agami, a nature photo agency called Agami. So these people put their brains together to sort out 700 pictures. They sorted out 700 pictures and they got these 10 pictures out, which is not a joke. You know, it was very tough. And I would like someone to come up and give out these, say out the names because these people are not here. And Ahmad will get the first prize. You know the first, I'll keep telling you. You have to show and explain the picture. And I would like a person, I would like Mr. Long from AN to be here with me on the stage. Now can you explain this picture? It's the first prize in the category of highlights. Yeah.
This is a very impactful photo. You can see that how the habitat loss, and you can see the village, you can see the elephant, and you can see two people there. It's a very strong storytelling image where we can see how the habitat is encroached by us, probably. It looks like that, and we are slowly engulfing the habitat of the wild animal, and you know the body language of the people and the elephant, and you know, is the perfect image of the how
साइड एंगल पकड़ लो वहाँ से फोटो लो
we and
बीच में मत दो लोग
the
बैठे
with the habitat and the landscape and that fleet also. So this is a very multi-dimensional storytelling image for me.
Can you take a picture with Long so that we can send it to the winners or maybe send it to because they are not there, so we need to activate that we have to do. Thank you. The prize for this award is $500. I'd like to get Rafa here, and I'd like to invite Kazu to be here for the next photo in the same category by Claire. challenges that we have. Um, and how adaptations of primates and other animals can be harming them and the entire species as we go along. So these are the things that we need to be very mindful of. Thank you very much. The price for this photo is $350. Mark. And may I ask Marta? Is Marta here? Okay, Professor Jennifer, please come. Again, a big challenge for the birds, flamingos here. You can see that if the habitat is under threat and there's a fire at the back and the flamingos are still there. So yesterday, there was a very interesting case study that Dr. Noam Weiss related, said that when the long-range migrants need to travel, they have to stop on the way. And if those habitats are gone, if there's a cement factory there or there's human habitation or those habitats will be gone, they still have to land because there's no more energy left. So you will have to land in whatever way that habitat exists. So you can see that the flamingos have landed and there's fire there and they're still there. We have to be able to take off to the next destination. So these are the challenges which are being faced by wildlife. Thank you very much. The price for this award, this photo is $200. Faces of the Wild, that's the next category. So, so the first award goes to Shito, K. and I'd like to call Professor Alan Wong. Have a good look at this photo.
You have to see the fish, very, in the school of fish. And the one thing is we have very, we don't give importance to ocean, and ocean actually covers 2/3 of the planet. And really don't know what is happening there. And especially reefs are not in good shape. We are doing lots of damages and one-way extractions of fishes. So from one point of view, we need to talk about the marine life, which is under less attention. And this is a very interesting, like a school of fish. The school is missing. So we have, if you see the fishing practices, we have trawlers, we have all modern equipment where you can find where the school is, you can, enter amount of fish from the ocean, and it's like one-way reduction of our marine resources. So because it's a marine fauna, so that is one important point we want to show the faces who are actually facing the struggle. And because it's a group, and if you see the photo closely, there all the eyes are like telling us that we are also there. Just think about us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dada. So the prize for Faces of the Wild, this prize goes to Shinto for $500. I'd like to call Rafa, and I'd like to call Timothy, Teo from Sukau Rainforest Lodge from Borneo to be here. So this is the second prize in the category Faces of the Wild. Can you all see it properly? Yeah? It shows the character of the specimen. Yeah? So can you explain a bit about the photo?
All of us, we love cats. Cats is always animals that goes straight to our hearts. But what we really like it about this picture is because it's not a typical picture of a leopard. It's a leopard where, because of the water, because of the expression, yeah, you can see you can be identified with some emotions also in the leopard. So this is why we chose this picture.
My first sighting of a snow leopard was in the middle of the night when I was with some friends from the UK, and we were traveling through Spiti, and we were very close to a place called Penn Valley National Park where most researchers were doing their research on the snow leopard. In the middle of the night, it must have been 2 o'clock, and the tourists were half drunk, and I had to push them back into the camps that please go to sleep, we have a long journey, because we wanted to cover the pass, and it was going to snow anytime. So I put the shutter of the truck down, and I sat down against the tire of the truck, facing the river. I used to smoke those days. So there's something in that moonlit night from the other bank jumped into the river. I said, what? 2 o'clock in the morning? What is this thing? Who is this guy swimming? And it was fast water. And I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, I had no clue what this was. This thing kept swimming across. And it came out of the water, moved itself to get the water off its coat, and started to move towards me. Now I had no clue. Suddenly I realized there's no leopard. So I lit my cigarette. Because I wanted to, with the matchstick, it probably would get scared or something. So the moment it saw that light, it bolted and it went away. So that was my first snow leopard sighting. It was doing the same thing in the middle of the night. Thank you. That's my So the third photo is by Sarthak Agarwal. Yeah, Sarthak Agarwal. And I'd like to call Ghana to be here for this award.
love birds, and we love lights, and we love backlights. And this award was about, okay, can we give expression to the images? You know, it doesn't touch our heart. So it should be like expressive emotions or scenes. You know, and what you see is almost a bird lit on fire, and I think it just lights our hearts, and that's why we choose this image.
Thank you. So the award is of $200 for this one. Next is the student category. Oh. And we have this lovely photo of the Indian pitta, and it's taken by a student. And he is right here with us. Sayansh Shindle. Come here. Good job, Sayansh. Here's your photo. And can you give this award, please? Now we have one more gadget to carry around your neck. Yeah? Okay. You can take that. Good job, Sayansh. Sayansh is a budding photographer, and he's taken. So when he applied for these awards, and he sent me 7 pictures, 3 were outstanding, and I couldn't figure out, which one was the best. There were 2 others. One was a flying jungle owlet, spotted owlet, and the other one was street lopping thrush. And all 3 were outstanding, but I think pitta was the best. Thank you.
Mohit, may I ask how old is this boy?
How old are you, Saransh? 12 years.
Great on you. Thank you.
Dipila. And this particular photo wins the first award, and the category is Masaru-san.
Sometimes we have questions that how we judge. We don't judge actually. So for photography, there is always a judges' selections. It is not. We don't define that it's like a best photographer, best photo. It is our selection, and how we select, like what surprises us. So something. This is a behavior category kind of, and we want to see something which we have not seen before. It is not about good or bad or best images, because this word doesn't exist actually. Good, bad, we cannot tell like the photo, like any photo can be good for somebody. It gives some kind of information. They are always good. Any photo is a good information, data or whatever you say. For us, this is something we have not seen regularly or something. Some crab is actually eating over a live bird. So this is a very interesting behavior we have seen, and we learned something new from this. So that's why we selected as like inspiring, and we don't love to say winner actually. I personally don't love to say winner for the photographs. It's all are inspiring, all are great. Winning is a little bit of negative word for me. Yeah, but it's okay. But this is an amazing, inspiring event which actually taught us something new. Thank you.
So this is Ben Smarte's photo, and he is one of the top photographers, and he runs these beautiful photo hides in Hungary. He's actually the pioneer in photo hides. His innovation and his work is commendable. He has 23 hides, but I must tell you why it's so special. He integrates the community. What he does is he creates a hide and he puts some business model around it, and then he invites the neighbor to give his land to him. Understand this. He invites his neighbor to give his land to him, where he puts up more hides, creates habitat, and promises the farmer, the neighbor, the same amount of revenue that he would earn out of farming. Once he reaches that point, the place starts to revive. Photographers begin to visit him, pay him to make those hides. Now, the farmer doesn't have to work on farming, so he saves that cost. Plus, he's guaranteed the amount that he was getting from his farming. So he's turning his place, farming land, into wilderness by inviting photographers and making money over it. What a fantastic way of rewilding. So this is the way he's creating habitats. And Ben Smarte is the guy who will go to any part of the world and create these hides for photographers to sit in and take great photos. And this is the business model that photography can give you. The next one is of Sarthak Agarwal. And I'd like to call Samir Thapa to be here. It requires a lot of patience.
Yeah, it was quite difficult to choose pictures for this category because there was some stunning pictures, and particularly I was in love with this one. I really like, not only me but the rest of the jury. We really loved the action, the moment, and especially for people who come from the other side of the world. We are not used to see these colors in these lizards, so for us was a winner picture. In this case, a second, but it's a super top picture. Yeah, we love it. Yeah.
So the price for this photo is $350. I'd like to call Prabha to be here with us.
Yeah, I think there are a billion pictures of elephants in this world, and they're all good because there's an elephant on the picture. And this stands out for us because it's sort of the interaction. It's like the matriarch is sort of protective of the whole herd. It's at a distance, so there's like a familiarity, protective element on the picture, and there's drama. It has, there's a line that is the horizon is low. It's an interesting picture. And for us, it stands out that it's the moods, the colors, and the interaction, and especially that you know the matriarch in the front is alert, aware, and she protects the rest like a real mother would do for her family. And they are happily crazy in the background, and basically that should be it. You know, we all are here to protect animals and wildlife, and we all want them to be happy and just go their own way and have their own peace and be in an environment that is self-sustaining. Super nice picture.
Thank you. So the price for this photo is $200. I'd like to invite a very dear friend who has worked really hard on creating creatives for Global Wildlife Fair, unconditionally helping out all the time. And he's come all the way from United States to be here. Adam Renoff, would you like to? Adam, I have a little gift for you.
When I got this invitation to come to the other side of the world, to the Global Wildlife Fair, how could I say no? This is my first time in India. Thank you to all here in India for inviting me to your beautiful home. I've loved my stay here. But unfortunately, just like everyone else, I have to leave soon and go back. But I want to leave something here with the beautiful person here that has done so much work for all of us and all of the animals. Something that I have created. This is the yellow-eared parrot, very critically endangered in Colombia. He only nests in one tree, the wax palm, that is also endangered. And so, Mohi, every day when you look at this, I want you to think of your efforts on this side of the world, because the air and the water from the Amazon jungle, they reach here, and it gives us life. Thank you very much.
So that's the end of the photo awards. Thank you for being here, and thank you for witnessing and participating in these awards. People who have won these awards will be super happy. They'll be able to see their photos. That sort of authenticates these awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohit. And now we have the valedictory note by Mr. Masaru Takayama, founder and chair, Asian Ecotourism Network, and Mr. Mohit Agarwal, founder, Global Wildlife Fair and Asian Adventure, vice chair, Asian Ecotourism Network. I invite you on stage, please.
I'd like to invite our chair, Mr. Masaru Takayama from Asian Ecotourism Network, to deliver a note about this fair, and I invite him to have a little speech.
Thank you, Mohit-san. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow ecotourism warriors. How are you? Still good? Still surviving? Yes? I have to say I'm a bit tired, but it's not the tired. It's the tiredness of after good days of achievements. I have to say this wildlife fair, Global Wildlife Fair, has been inspiration for a lot of us here. I wouldn't have met many of you here unless otherwise this event. We have discussed a lot in terms of conservation of wildlife. And we also discussed about how people love wildlife. We all understand that the roles, how you can play a part in order to leave this beautiful Mother Earth to our next generations. I think we have committed to the deepest part that actions makes a difference. And the changes that we make happen right here. Just thinking about it, talking about it, alone doesn't really make actions. I think from tomorrow onwards, once we rest a little bit, thinking about what these events brought us, we as an Asian Ecotourism Network soon will be releasing our declaration on behalf of the organization, what we have learned and what are our responsibilities that this GWF brought to us. And like I said in the opening, this is just a start of more events that are coming. But of course, events alone is not the goals. I think the goal is that we make action between these events so we can come back again and report of the progress that we've been making. So thank you very much for supporting this GWF, and AEN is very happy to be partnering with this special event. We look forward to seeing you again in the years to come. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Masayo-san. I think we did a lot in the last 3 days. Didn't realize how much we managed to achieve. And if it wasn't for the entire effort from the board of AEN, we wouldn't have been able to come this far. Wildlife Trust of India team, I don't know if Jose Lewis is here with us, but they put an equal amount of effort to mobilize their conservation partners to be here so that they can make use of this opportunity to talk to them about their projects. This is what this fair was meant to do. It was supposed to integrate, it was supposed to bring people together, and it was supposed to create opportunities. My goal of this fair has been to develop a bottom-up approach, not a top-down approach, which means that I want to look at communities and the younger generation to take up planet-friendly jobs, develop entrepreneurships. The wildlife is not here in Delhi. Maybe some birds and some other urban species. The wildlife is where the wilderness is. And those people who live there have to be empowered. They have the same intelligence as the people in the urban cities. The intelligence isn't less. It's just that the opportunities are less. If those opportunities come up, then those people will be able to run their own ecotourism businesses, planet-friendly services, and once they have that economic power from the resources that they use, then they're going to protect those resources. The wisdom is much larger. So they will be able to save all the wildlife that you and I love. Right now it's top-down approach, working, nothing wrong with it, it's limited. So we're losing out things much faster. The beneficiaries at the grassroots level are much lower. We need to double that, quadruple that, and exponentially expand on that. If you can do that, then we're successful. The goal of Global Wildlife Fair in time to come is not a 3-day fair where we have such large inputs to create this fair. The goal of Global Wildlife Fair is to ensure sustainability and make it a solution-based platform where we need to keep joining dots for people who are stakeholders. Bring about opportunities that they can draw funds, resources, build capacities. This is the goal of Global Wildlife Fair. Integrate with people who can make a difference. Look at policymakers, decision makers, researchers, put them all on the same platform. This 3-day event is only to meet once and see what we can do. This is the first step that we've taken. It's a baby step. It will go a long way ahead because I know all of you are with me on this. So thank you very much for making this first edition of Global Wildlife Fair so successful. We plan to continue our association and our partnerships with people who've been here, and especially with the Asian Ecotourism Network and Wildlife Trust of India, so that we don't have this as one-off. The need is to mature this relationship even further, so that the kind of work that we're doing with grassroots people has direct impact. Thank you. Linda?
Tonight, I would like to announce the declaration of AEN New Delhi Declaration of Wildlife Conservation. This is still a draft, but we have the board approval on the declaration. And since we did this still, last minute, and it's not in the print, it's coming. But I would like to read it out to you, if so that makes sense to you all. And should you have any questions or comments in terms of any additions or edits, we're welcome to have you before we're actually finalizing the declaration. And AEN, we do have the declarations in the past. Every year, except for the COVID years, we have been making these declarations. For example, we did in Taiwan for indigenous declaration with ecotourism. Another we have done in China, that was actually with the climate change and adaptation. And we also did in the Philippines about the accurate promotion in ecotourism. So here is the Wildlife Conservation Declaration by AEN. Recognizing the urgent need to accelerate the implementation of authentic and ethical ecotourism practices that actively contribute to wild conservation, affirming that wildlife is an irreplaceable natural heritage and the foundation for ecological balance, community well-being, and sustainable livelihoods, acknowledging the responsibility of the ecotourism industry, local communities, and travelers to safeguard wildlife through ethical conduct and sustainable action. The Asian Ecotourism Network hereby solemnly proclaims the following AEN New Delhi Declaration on Wildlife Conservation to be pursued with determination and without delay. 1. Uphold wildlife ethics. Foster deep respect for all forms of life, ensuring that wildlife is observed, interpreted, and experienced in ways that do not cause harm, stress, or exploitation. Promote a code of conduct grounded in compassion, responsibility, and coexistence. Number 2, honor cultural traditions and indigenous wisdom. Communicate and collaborate with local and indigenous communities, valuing traditional knowledge and ancestral practices that reflect harmony between human and wildlife. 3, support habitat restoration and protection. Generate and reinvest ecotourism revenues into habitat restoration, anti-poaching efforts, and effective management of protected and conservation areas, securing their ecological integrity for future generations. Number 4, empower local communities. Ensure that local and indigenous communities derive fair and equitable economic benefits for ecotourism, strengthening shared stewardship and reducing dependence on unsustainable activities. 5, educate and inspire. Promote awareness, education, and interpretation initiatives that build public understanding of wildlife ethics, conservation needs, and the interdependence of all living beings. Number 6, achieve a nature-positive future. Commit to reversing biodiversity loss through proactive conservation actions that restore the wildlife habitats and enhance wildlife populations. And number 7, this is the last one. Pursue climate responsibility. Integrate net zero and low impact principles across ecotourism operations to mitigate climate change impacts that threaten wildlife and ecosystems worldwide. Through this declaration, the Asian Ecotourism Network calls upon all stakeholders, including governments, communities, ecotourism operators, and travelers, to act as ethical guardians of wildlife, ensuring that ecotourism becomes a genuine force for conservation, coexistence, and ecological resilience. October 12, 2020.